share our programs with you, and especially how we prepared our students for the 21st century and integrating technology into the classrooms. In addition to integrating technology, as you know, a big part, the whole purpose of education is on student learning. So one of the biggest focuses that we've been recognized nationally here at Pioneer Middle School is in the area of student support. We have 25 support classes built into the master schedule, in addition to the 55 elective classes. So throughout the course of the day, you're going to have an opportunity to see the master schedule, go inside classrooms, and have a first-hand view at how our systems and structures work and how we support student learning. We are a national model professional learning community. We have about 250 visitors probably over the last 3 years coming in to see how our tutorial program works. You have notebooks in front of you, and we'll go over that this afternoon. And you will also have a bird's eye view of what a tutorial looks like here at Pioneer Middle School. And in addition to that, all the materials that you'll see in the notebook or in your handouts, we do have online. If you go to our Pioneer website and go under counseling, you'll see POI, which is our pyramid intervention, and all the resources and materials you can replicate, you can steal, anything that you want, because of course, as we know, the whole purpose of any educational program is sharing with one another, and that's what strengthens all of us as a community of learners. This afternoon, we have an agenda. If everyone can look into their red folders. This is kind of an overview of today's activities. Of course, we try our best to get you in as many classrooms as you can, because that's what you're here to see, exactly how all this is done. But before we get started, we wanted to have an opportunity to have some of our students who are in the coding class share their games with you. This is a new elective. It's probably one of the fastest growing electives. And again, at Pioneer Middle School, our student choice drives our master schedule in the development of our electives. So not only did we have coding start 2 years ago, we actually had to turn away 40 students this year because we didn't have enough sections to offer. So next, I hired a graphic design teacher who is going to open up another elective called graphic design in preparation for our pre-pathways. We're really trying to focus on what the high school is doing so that we have a continuation of learning and interest. And what we've been doing some research about what takes place in the middle school as far as getting students to be connected and to be motivated. And a lot of the studies have shown that many students' interest and passion develops at the middle school years or during their middle school years. So we really started to make a concerted effort in making that, intentional connection between the middle school and the high schools. So there will be a new elective again that we offer next year, and that's going to be the Introduction to Graphic Design. So all of the technology classes, the robotics, the STEM, the coding, that has only been in the last 3 years. So you can just see when you walk through the classrooms how developed they already are. And again, it comes from a lot of support from different venues. I think some of you, how many of you have Project Lead the Way grants? Okay, and that's pretty much how we were able to fund the professional development and get our teachers trained. And then also we have a grant that we applied for, and that pays for all of our modules in our kits. So again, as we go throughout the course of the day, we'll be talking about how you can walk away at the end of your visit with some contacts, connections, so that you too can make your students' learning experiences just as positive as we made them here. Well, I'm very happy that we got to visit some of our amazing classrooms with the integration of technology, so you got to see a wide range of how technology is used within the middle school classrooms, from PE to special ed, to honors, and to just our general education classes. So we hope that it gave you insight also into how our TUSD Connect mission of rigorous standards, engaging lessons, and 21st century technology influence the way that we do business here at Tustin Unified. Our next stage here in your visitation has to do with interventions and how do you get students to achieve at their highest level. 50 or like 10 years ago, I would say when Mike Manos was here, his whole focus was, we have a good school for some kids, but how do you make a great school for all kids? And so this tutorial system and structure was set up by him and the staff that was here at that time. Obviously, there's been about 8 years that have passed since then, but the tutorial program is a nationally recognized program. And so how does a middle school, reach consensus and get teachers to get to that level that, yes, we do need to do something else besides teaching within my isolated classroom and making sure that all students learn at some degree with just me. So the model that you're going to see in effect right after we show you these amazing videos that our video production students have done, to give you a little insight as far as what tutorial is all about, that process is in the notebooks that we gave that you all have in front of you. So I'm not going to go through the entire notebook because you can do that at your leisure, and then it's also posted on our website under counseling. You can go through all those documents. But one of the most important features within this particular model starts with the mission statement. And our mission statement, if you didn't see it throughout all the classrooms, is maximizing every student's academic potential and personal responsibility. That mission statement drives all decisions that are made at our school. And I too have transferred to the Google Classroom. So I have classrooms set up for every department. They submit their agendas and their minutes, and then I communicate back and forth with them. And every decision or discussion that we talk about, we go back to, is it going to help us meet our mission? Is it going to help students become better learners? So there is a constant, what we call it is a free flow of communication constantly between me and everybody that's doing anything on the staff and the faculty. So that process and that system and structure is what really ensures that those practices, those best practices are done in every single classroom. And as you saw today, there are some very clear signature practices. We have ERWC, marking the text, citing evidence, making sure that students are responding in written form. Even in PE, you saw that those assignments all are focusing on writing, critical thinking, sharing your ideas, and how you express themselves through technology. So with all of that, the tutorial program has really grown into something much bigger than I even expected when I came here 6 years ago. And so what you're going to see today is that students in this process have all been assessed. I think the biggest challenge is making sure that each department, when we say each course within our school sits down and they look at the essential standards. What are the 8 to 10 essential standards that you want your students to learn this semester? They've identified all those standards, and they've identified the prerequisite skills that it takes for those kids to meet those standards. Right now, we're in the process of doing both formative and summative assessments on all those key standards. And, unfortunately, because of Common Core coming in, we've had to rewrite all of our assessments because we have to have those much more rigorous questions and test items that are levels 4, 3, and then of course a 2 or 1 level. So that's been the biggest challenge. I encourage all administrators to make sure that they give their teachers enough time. Time is the critical factor in making something like this happen at your school.